All right, welcome back to the channel. Max Tornow here. I'm sitting here with James and Aiden, two of our clients. They're working together and they've just cracked $80,000 US over the last 9 weeks. Absolutely fantastic. They're crushing it. So obviously I want to kind of share a little bit about the insights that they've gained from our programs, share a little bit about our inspiration with you to show you what's possible with our more advanced programs. And yeah, James and Aiden, thank you very much for tuning in. You guys are in Australia, right?
Perth, yes, Western Australia.
Fantastic. So yeah, you guys help people with their e-commerce, right? You guys do e-commerce consulting.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the beautiful thing, like, because you heard me probably talking about this on this channel very much as well. Like most people who teach that are teaching it in a super duper whack way. It's usually like an info product or something like that. Like buy my video course on building an e-commerce. And this is something I wanted to talk to you guys about it because it's the same for me, right? Like I could have just created a video course. Here's the video course on how to build your own coaching or consulting business. But I didn't want to because I feel like the biggest value that people are getting is not necessarily just from the information that they're getting, but most importantly, it's actually from the feedback, the real life feedback, the back and forth communication with coaches. And that's something that we pride ourselves in massively to say, hey, we have this epic support structure. Also, it is something that you cannot pirate. You can't just pirate my program. What do you want to pirate? The Max's phone number? That's not even possible. And you guys have built the same structure for e-commerce. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so what we found when we started out with e-commerce is that the mainstream form of e-commerce, as portrayed by most people who teach it, is here's how you make a quick store selling cheap products for a quick buck to where the product's not popular and we build a new one and a new one. It's not sustainable and, you know, quite frankly, it's not something that's fulfilling, right? So what we do in particular is we focus on content, right? At the end of the day, we're obviously building skills, which is the first thing people learn, is here's how you run Facebook ads, here's how you create a brand, here's how you write copy. Skills that even if they're not applied to e-commerce, they can still make you money online forever. That's number one, but you're also building a long-term asset because we focus on building brands, right? So for example, you come into our program, we're not focused on let's make $10,000 in the first 2 days. It's let's build the foundations to form a brand that we can grow for the next 5 years and even potentially sell as an asset later on.
Love it. Love it. That's fantastic. How exactly are you guys splitting up your work? Who's doing what?
Yeah, good question. So I'm more of a tech guy than James is. James is a marketing wizard. So I tend to handle the like structural stuff, you know, building out systems, delegating different tasks to different people in the operation. And James, he's all about sales and marketing.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's actually funny.
I do. Go ahead.
I was very much in copywriting side of things, the marketing side of things, email marketing. That's what I was in. I met Aiden, he was into coding and you know, e-commerce, especially in the stuff to do with like email integration, a lot of the really tech side of things. So when we came together and did e-commerce, it was like a match made in heaven, quite frankly. So we've kind of stuck to our guns. And so when the clients come in our program, I have very specific roles of the brand. He has very specific roles in the integrations and the systems and stuff like that, which has been a really cool sort of like fusion.
That's cool. I mean, I do get that Aiden definitely has the more nerdy vibes. And I love that because you guys are kind of complementing each other with that, you know, and that's a very, very beautiful thing. Anyways, how exactly are you guys getting your clients?
At the moment, I guess we've sort of taken a different route to, like you said, like most people who are pushing info products down people's throats. So what we do at the moment, because what we do is time intensive. I mean, we work with all of our clients individually. Yeah. A lot of it is based on attraction-based marketing, which is obviously what you teach, right? Here's how you create a brand, here's how you create intrigue around what you do to let people come to you. Because at the end of the day, we don't want people who, you know, just click on a random ad and, you know, get rich quick, because that's not what we do. So we very much focus on content that educates people. We put out, you know, success stories to show what our clients have done to inspire others. And as a result of it, we just get a lot of genuine, amazing people that come through who are interested in working with us. And as a result, it means our job is more enjoyable as well on the consulting side, because we're actually working with legends, people actually want to learn, which is great, versus people who are just desperate for a quick buck.
Love it. Yeah, that's how we roll. So you guys are in our advanced program now. You guys were doing pretty well in our regular program. Obviously, you got the cash flow up. You got to the first 10K fairly quickly. Then we got you up to in the advanced program, and that's exactly what we teach in our advanced program. And I keep talking about this so many times. that it's not necessary to have a brand in the beginning. It's not necessary to run ads. Hell, you guys don't even run ads yet. You're literally just doing branding. And once you got everything laid out by the beginner Freedom Business Mentoring program, where you're just learning direct outreach, manual lead generation, now you got into the advanced program, and in the advanced program, we'll teach you all the things that could have ever learned in the years of brand building myself. And obviously the results speak for themselves. Over 100,000 Australian dollars, over 80,000 US dollars in the last 9 weeks. And to be fair to you guys too, you had I think a 2 or 3 week hiatus where you just took a little bit of time off, and you still crushed it, and that's just absolutely fantastic. I love that. And that's just such a beautiful thing, because I think the way we're teaching business, I've always tried to kind of revolutionize things. I always tried to even with my very, very first business, I tried to stick to what works, right? And then give it a little bit of an edge, tweak it a little bit and make it even better. And that's what we've done with our business programs as well. And now you guys are doing that with the e-commerce education market. You guys are different, and that's just extremely inspiring to see you guys continue that idea of being different, of being better than most other whack lords out there,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So you guys just moved into the same building. You guys have pretty nice apartments. You showed me earlier. That's obviously inspiring. And a certain, can I say that? Can I talk about a certain Daniel that is living in the same building? Should we beep his name out? I don't know. It's absolutely fantastic. You live in the same building. And what does your daily life look like? Because on one hand, you guys are absolutely crushing and helping out your clients. But on the other hand, you guys still have a freedom business, meaning you do have spare time. And it's kind of interesting to see you guys are balancing that. And it's the same for me, right? I'm traveling the world and I'm still coaching my clients because technology just allows it. I mean, all I really need is a smartphone, and I can travel to Iceland, and I've coached you extensively while I was there, and all the other clients as well. Guide us a little bit through it. How does your freedom lifestyle look like compared or combined with the fact that you're also coaching your clients?
Yeah, fantastic question. So thankfully I have a business partner, so we tend to bounce tasks off of each other. We stay in our own lanes. And as well, whether it's our consulting business or our e-commerce brands, thankfully we have teams around us that can actually help us take a lot of the weight off of our shoulders. We're able to do different things, such as if I want to go for a swim in 2 hours after this interview, for example, I can go and do that. And that's not an issue at all. My businesses aren't going to fail.
Yeah. And as well, I think that aside from the fact that, our main two incomes are obviously from our e-commerce brands, we've got multiple in the dropshipping space. We've got one private label that's growing at the moment, as well as obviously what we do with our consulting. Both have team members now, which means that for the e-commerce side, the majority of it's actually automated, which is really, really cool. And then with the consulting, we have our coaches and we have other people we get to work with, which means that even though, in Australia right now, we're literally trapped here. We're not allowed to leave our city at the moment because of our coronavirus. We're taking a lot of time to capitalize and build new skills. So at the moment, I'm starting MMA. He's doing boxing. We're doing a lot of different side things, which nice. In the middle of a Tuesday afternoon, most people can't do because they're at a normal job, right? So that's been really rewarding as well.
That's cool that you guys mentioned that. I've started MMA as well. It's just it's so funny. I'm like, hey, I have spare time. What's the next thing I'm going to start? Boom, I started MMA, which is really, really interesting. If you look at the advanced program that you guys are in now, but even the beginner program, I'm always curious out of my own personal viewpoint, what is something that you say you've learned the most from the collaboration together with us?
The one thing that I took away, I think when I first started working with you, Max, which I've seen throughout, this is something we implement with our own program as well, is I've been through a lot of programs. I've learned from a ton of different people. And so just learning in general is one of the things I enjoy a lot. The one thing that I respect about what you did in FBM and now BBM and obviously even with our one-on-one stuff is simplicity. Everything is a framework. Everything is simple and by the numbers, which means we don't have to spend 4 hours dissecting a lecture from you and try to figure out what are the immediate action steps. It's A, B, C, go execute. And obviously we cannot complain if we didn't get the result because we didn't do the ABC execute process. For that reason, which is good.
Love it. What about you, Aiden? Do you have any Anything to add to that? Anything from your standpoint?
Yeah, I have to agree with that. Honestly, the fact that it's so simple yet so effective is really beneficial as someone who's, doing the work. Like I've even noticed that in our programs, right? Because I'm more of like the techie guy, I try and, make things a little bit more complicated than they need to be. That's just how I am as a person. And, I've seen firsthand, what it's like as someone executing. And I can also see as like a consultant, why that isn't the best thing for people sometimes. So I really do appreciate that.
Love it. Thanks for the props. Always nice to hear that. Here's my question. So obviously, $80-something thousand in 9 weeks is not bad. But obviously my goal for you guys is to crack the 100K in 1 month, which you guys are on the best way to do that. We have the structures, everything set up. So all we got to do is just, fine tune everything in order to get there. What is your goal? What do you say is your ultimate goal? What do you guys want to work on in the next to near future?
Well, the biggest thing for us is it isn't even about the money when it comes to what we do with the consulting side, because all the money that we generate from our consulting, the most part of it goes back into our e-commerce brand, because obviously we know e-commerce is the way of the future. Everything is shifting online. And so the money that we put back into our e-commerce brands means, number one, obviously we have to grow that side of things. But number two is it means we learn more that we can then pass back to our clients. So it sort of just becomes this cycle where, money comes from the program, then goes back into the program in the form of knowledge. It keeps growing. Yeah. So for us in the end, we'd love to get to a point where we've got, multiple, home name brands that are, on the shelves online that are killing it, that, most households know. And then as well have, clients that are doing the exact same thing. And, who knows, we could start our own little Amazon, all of our clients have their own little brands and such that become like mainstays. But end of the day, at the moment, it's just trying to dominate in the e-commerce space, trying to dominate in the consulting space, and just really having a good time and making an impact in the process.
Love it. Guys, that is so damn inspiring. That's exactly how I'm running things. I thought, I could create a video course and just take most of the money for myself and spend it on stupid things. Or I just build something proper and I pour it back into the business and go dominate things. That that's it. Maybe it's our own youthfulness, right? Your youthfulness definitely more than mine. I'm a little older. I'm 30 now, but I don't know what it is, but I also just like the idea of building something much more. And it's funny because I've talked to a good friend of mine lately, and I'm like, even when I was a child, I just like the building aspect of things. I would always build Lego. I would never play with Lego. I would always just build it, which is kind of interesting. And it's cool to see that mindset in you guys as well. You guys want to really create an impact. You want to do something, and at the same time build a nice freedom business. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a win-win. You guys get to live a cool freedom lifestyle, but at the same time you're helping others. You're building something great that is good for the general good, and that's really, really inspiring to see that. Well, guys, I think we're going to wrap things up there. Do you have anything else to mention? Anything else you want to put out there?
I just want to say thank you, obviously, for all of your help to build this business up and allow us to move our program into the the homes or laptops of our clients and be able to make an impact. Because without you, obviously, we would have had a harder time marketing this to actually help these people and just in general have a blast doing it. So thank you, and thanks for having us on your channel.
Yeah, thank you.
Love it.
Thanks.
GG, guys, GG. And when you get inspired by their story, you say, hey, this sounds great. I would also like to become my own boss. I also want to become someone who has their own freedom business. Then you can literally click in the link down in the description below. You can book a free consulting call on there. And it's very, very simple. If you click on that link, it brings you to a page. You can read a little bit more through that page. And at the bottom of that page, you fill out the application. You can book the exact date and time where you want us to call you, and that's exactly how we can get you started. That's how we got James and Aiden started. So link down in the description below. Talk to you very, very soon. James and Aiden, again, thank you very much for your guys. And talk soon. Bye-bye.
Just a quick video on my first close I did for £1,200 within 10 weeks of being in FBM. Honestly, best feeling ever, Start FBM with zero business knowledge, no idea exactly what niche, which FBM really helped clarify, and thereafter learning how to even generate leads, how to sell, which to my surprise was a lot easier than I expected. Yeah, and then, fast forward to 10 weeks into the program, got my first close. But, it's the foundation that FBM's laying out, which is going to help me for years to come. And for that, I'm truly grateful, for the coaches. What else can I say, man? This is just the beginning. GG.